We're going to talk about Dr. S, who is a dentist in California, and he's 43 years old, is married, and has 2 kids. So when Dr. S came to us, he had a very good practice. The practice was viable. He was seeing new patients. But there was some concern because he didn't really have any kind of financial plan. He didn't know what direction to go to, and he wasn't sure what to do with the money that he was now making from the practice. So when we first started looking at Dr. S and his financials, both in the business and the household, there were a couple things that we did discover. Number one, he, in terms of his cash to business expenses, he didn't really have enough, probably less than a month of business expenses that he had in his business checking accounts. He really only had one income source. That was the practice as far as the income source to the household, and that was a problem. His debt to assets ratio was, as you can imagine, coming out of school and having a significant amount of debt. He had about 53% of his household was encumbered by debt. And we have a statistic called a power ratio, which is how much passive income a household has built, and he only really had about 10% of the number that we would really want most people to have. So when we first started working with him, like everybody else, we really create what an ideal financial scene would look like. And we did that for Dr. S. We gave him the very specific targets, financial targets that we wanted to see his household get into, and it wasn't subjective. It was based upon the metrics that we use, so he could see that if he does X, then he's going to get a certain outcome in the 5 to 7 year period that we outlaid for him. So the obstacles that Dr. S had faced on his journey were, what most dentists have to deal with, which is, number one, they are the main producers in their office, and the challenges of trying to create a practice that doesn't rely just solely on them. So while he was trying to grow the practice and bring associates on and bring new staff on, and so he could really just be able to do owner and practitioner work, that were the main challenges that he faced, and then of course the demands for more income and expenses. So we really had to make sure that we created a simple plan for him that he knew that as the revenue of the practice was increasing, that a portion of that was channeling to the household to really help the financial condition of the household. So the emotional state of Dr. S and his wife, like most practice owners when they first start getting their practice going, there is a certain anxiety and fear because this is the only income source that the household has. And there's always that worry, what happens if something happens to me? What happens if something happens to maybe a key associate or one of my practice managers? And that does create some fear and anxiety in the household. So we really try to make sure that they could see that, look, if you do certain actions, it is going to help insulate the household so that if anything bad does happen, you have enough so that you can withstand any kind of an event that may occur. So where's Dr. S today? Well, we're really proud to witness the success that he's had on his journey. As of today, he has over 2.5 months of business reserves compared to the expenses that he has. He has almost 76% of what we call his power ratio, which is that passive income target that we have. He's built 4 income sources as opposed to only having 1 or 2, and his debt to assets ratio is only around 20% as we speak. So he's made a lot of progress. There's still some work to go, but they have made a lot of progress, and I think most importantly, they feel more comfortable, they feel more relaxed, and they feel like there is a brighter future for them, and they know that they're going to make it real.